Hmm. It's Friday, guys. Friday, April 29th. We're going to be talking about Doctor Strange 2. Yes, Doctor Strange 2 advanced tickets net $42 million already? Ooh, well, Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness opens up next Friday, Thursday for some of us, and this headline here caught my eye. Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines, where we actually do talk about the actual movie news. If you're joining us live in the live chat, I'll always talk with you, and to say whatever you're saying there, you say hey in the live chat there. In between the topics, we'll go through and talk what you have to say. And if you're watching us afterwards, all of these topics will be linked in time codes in the description and comment section below. You know how this works. There's a little time card there that says all of my social media handles. So let's get right into Doctor Strange 2. Has already made $42 million. Wow. And that's impressive. Sorry. There we go. All right. Doctor Strange 2 has already made $42 million in advanced sales. Okay, well, that means... Well, you see, we have to be a little bit cautious here. This means for the weekend, right? This is for the entire weekend. This isn't for Thursday night's numbers. And that's what I really wanted to just highlight with this story, was that... hey, it's not quite for Thursday night numbers. No, Thursday night numbers are going to be big. I think they're going to be 12 to 15 million on Thursday night, if not more. It could be more. And that's what I got from this. At least that's my understanding. Ahead of its May 6th release. Because you can buy tickets for any day of that weekend. You can buy it for anything now for that entire week. But yes, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has already racked up $42 million in advanced ticket sales. So that's good. Well, that's good. Well, there was no doubt that this movie was going to make a whole bunch of money. It was being projected that it would make as much as $1.7 billion, but I don't think it's going to do that. You guys will have to let me know what day of the week you're going to go out and see it, because I'm starting to get hyped. I'm starting to get hyped about this movie. Cameos is going to be a big thing in it. Yes, we know that Patrick Stewart is going to be back as Professor X in that Illuminati scene that we've seen in the trailer, so that's not a spoiler. And we're going to talk about Patrick Stewart here and Professor X in just a moment. But other than that, let's see, Spider-Man opened to $260 million, the second most of all time. Yeah, so Doctor Strange will have a steep hill to climb. That's pretty much what you need to know about that. But that's a lot of dough. That's a lot of money there. Doctor Strange 2 tickets, $42 million. Can't complain about that. So let's talk about Professor X here. You know that, well, from that article too, that Professor X is going to be in this. Now it's going to be like probably just a quick 20-30 second cameo of them fighting in front of the Illuminati. We know that he fights Mordo or whatever, right? The bad guy in there. And apparently, well, they pay tribute to X-Men accurate yellow chair in the new Doctor Strange 2 footage. And yes, we are a week out now, so it's going to have all of these TV spots that come out with little bits of more information in it, and this is where this comes from. And I don't really consider this much of a spoiler, because we already know that he's going to be back in this. So this is not really going to be spoiling the movie for you guys, but if you, for some reason, have been living under a rock and you didn't know that Doctor Strange 2 was even happening, well, then you may find this... a little bit upsetting, but it's not really that upsetting. This is not going to take away from any of the surprises in the film. It's going to be what he says that's going to be the most interesting thing, what he says to him. If you didn't know a little bit about the history of the Illuminati, I guess they're a council that sort of like the TVA and Loki, they overlook like superheroes in the different timelines and such, or something like that. So this is like a different variant of Professor X, and that's why we get that comic accurate yellow chair that will, it's those little Easter egg things that it's a fan service, but it's fan service done well. And I I dig it, man. So it was shown in this new TV spot variants. And we see that looks like it's going to be Captain Carter there. I'm not going to play the entire clip because okay, so this is the Illuminati Council. We've seen this in the normal trailer, so I think we do actually see the chair. Let me see if I can just pause it. Yeah, there it is. There you go. There's the comic accurate yellow chair. And that's if you want to go and watch all of these clips, but if you're a big fan, then you've already seen it. You know what you're talking about, what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go through every little TV spot that comes out for this, but next week we'll go through and start looking at the early buzz and what we usually do, build up towards the release, and pay attention to my Thursday night straight out of the theater reaction for that for sure. Doctor Strange 2, man, May just like April just went by like that, hey, and now we're gonna get into the summer big time movies, and cool, man. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below and we will talk about it. Haunted Mansion. What's this Haunted Mansion? Apparently, Haunted Mansion debuted at CinemaCon. Did it? No, it didn't. Sorry, we're not on the CinemaCon stories. Let's just get into it. Haunted Mansion logo and story details have been released for the new Disney movie. Disney releases a spooky logo, and we got our logo there for Haunted Mansion, based on the theme park attraction. Now, we knew that this movie was coming down the pipe there. It's going to star Rosario Dawson, Chase Dillon, Tiffany Haddish, Lakeith Stanfield, Danny DeVito, and Owen Wilson, directed by Justin Simeon, who did Dear White People. Okay, but Rosario Dawson, huge fan of hers, because she plays Ahsoka, right? And she's talented. She's very talented. Let's just read the synopsis for it here. Story details. Dawson plays single mother Gabby, who moves into a mysteriously affordable mansion in New Orleans with her son Dylan while looking for a new life. After discovering the mansion is already occupied by ghosts, she enlists the help of a priest, Owen Wilson, who in turn spins the exorcism into a wild adventure. Okay. Isn't what I don't know. Did you guys ever see the that previous version with Eddie Murphy? He was in it, right? Is that in that previous version of Haunted Mansion? I didn't see that version. Oh, and then there was Muppets Haunted Mansion. Hey, have you ever ridden the Haunted Mansion ride at? I think I've ridden it both in Disney World and Disneyland. If they have it in both places, I can't remember. I think it may be only be in Disneyland. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't in Disney World. Okay, so I'm not going to bore you with my tales. There you go. That's what you need to know about the Haunted Mansion. Does it sound cool to you? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, now we're talking about CinemaCon. CinemaCon wrapped up yesterday, so if you didn't know what CinemaCon was, it's just this little convention where theater, like studios, debut some of their upcoming slates. And last day there, we saw that Top Gun Maverick gets title reveal at CinemaCon. Mission Impossible 7 gets title reveal. Huh. So I worded that wrong there in my little title card. But they did watch Top Gun Maverick yesterday. It was going to debut for people who were there at CinemaCon. So we'll have to take a look for some reactions to that. Okay, so Mission Impossible 7 with the beautiful and stunning Haley Atwell, who may be cameoing in that Doctor Strange 2 movie. Yeah. Okay, so what's the log line? Mission Impossible 7 Dead Reckoning Part 1. So we know that Mission Impossible 7 and 8 are going to be told in two parts, coming out a year apart. Dead Reckoning Part 1. Okay. Oh, and apparently Cruise delivered this news by himself, so he did appear there at CinemaCon. That's good. He has a very special message, and I'll be looking forward to that, because I really like the last Mission Impossible with Henry Cavill, and I like I didn't like I guess now they kind of or counting their chickens that they killed off the boss there, played by Alec Baldwin, right? But I'm looking forward to it because I like Haley Atwell, and I'll watch anything that she's in. Gorgeous. Okay. That's pretty much all you need to know from this story, guys. And then yes, they did show Top Gun Maverick for people there too as well. Okay, so what else was there were a couple more stories here from CinemaCon. John Wick Chapter 4 was shown, and the thing about the CinemaCon stuff, like Universal was the only one that actually showed us a trailer with Jurassic World Dominion yesterday. But we just got to take it from testimonials as to what the image and the footage showed. But I liked John Wick Parabellum a lot because it had Halle Berry in it, and I like that. But Keanu Reeves is always a cool person. The studio took over the main stage Thursday to slate to show us John Wick 4, Expendables 4, About My Father, and Are You There, God? And a new Hunger Games title, and that's going to be the next story. There's a new Hunger Games prequel. Hunger Games. I like who is it that's that Snow? Donald Sutherland. Happy Hunger Games. Yeah, I like that. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a few moments. I first met you, Chad. Okay, what the heck is going on here? I thought they gave us a quick little synopsis, but I guess not. I'm going to kill them all, he says, in an epic fight sequence, including one water-soaked scene. Wick riding a horse in the desert, car chases, and Wick smashing a foe's head with nunchucks. Cool. I want you to find peace, John. A character says in a voiceover. Another, the only path leads to is death. Okay. Well, he's an assassin. I mean, come on. But Halle Berry is apparently not going to be in this one, so we'll have to see how this plays out. Huh. All right, guys, there's something going on outside that's really bugging me. I'm going to have to close up my window. Okay, so then they go through and walk through some of the other titles that came out, like About My Father. THR's Borderlands was also shown. Okay. Okay, well, that Borderlands thing, we'll talk maybe some other day, maybe Monday, because that's a video game adaptation, and directed by Eli Roth. Which we've seen some production photos from that, but let me know what you think about that John Wick 4 footage of him fighting people. Well, yeah, come on, it's no brainer. Let's move on to this Hunger Games story that well, it does catch my interest because I do like Jennifer Lawrence. She is my second favorite actress of all time right now. She's my second favorite. And I'll watch anything that she's in. Hunger Games returns with Prequel, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but cast remains a mystery. So it's a prequel, and it won't. Then that means it's probably not going to be about her character, right? So the clip didn't show any footage from the movie, which is currently in production, nor did it reveal the cast. Instead, the clip panned over striking shots of icy tree branches and eye-catching gold as text scrolled that read, "The world will discover who is a songbird and who is a snake." So I'm guessing that's like two tribes of people. Katniss Everdeen. Yeah, this is before the adventures of Katniss, and centers on a young Coriolanus Snow. What the heck kind of a name is that? Hi, my name is Coriolanus. Please call me Cor. I don't want to be known as Coriolanus. Okay, who eventually becomes the tyrannical president. Oh, so this is like the younger version of that, of the Donald Sutherland character. Okay. Lionsgate announced that the movie will be released in theaters November 17th, 2023. Interesting. You want to see a prequel story? So here's what you got from this story. It's a Hunger Games prequel movie about the guy who becomes the evil president in the movies that we know from the Hunger Games, called Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Coriolanus. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Let's talk about this Damien Chazelle story that came out too. I like Damien Chazelle. He has a new movie coming out called Babylon. Star-studded Hollywood drama Babylon drops first look at CinemaCon. Again, this is another just testimonial though. Babylon, a star-studded homage to Hollywood's golden era. Yeah, and it's a period piece from what I'm told. It's about that transition when they made like movies without sound to movies with sound, I believe. That's my impression. Bifer the Hobbit in live chat says Hunger Games prequel smells like a money grab. I can't disagree with that. But anyway, Damien Chazelle's star-studded Babylon drops the first footage. So let's see if we can get any understanding. Based on the first look footage of glamorous parties against a backdrop of an entertainment business in flux, Babylon looks like a mix between Baz Luhrmann's Great Gatsby and Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Think loud music, dazzling costumes, and next-level makeup. Okay. You know what we have to do? We have to redefine the form Brad Pitt's character. So Brad Pitt's going to be in this movie. Did you give me a rundown of who's going to be all starring in this? Variety, did you? No, you didn't. Brad Pitt as a silent film star John Gilbert, and Margot Robbie as Roaring Twenties icon Clara Bow. Okay. Tobey Maguire, who serves as a producer, is portraying Charlie Chaplin. Interesting. Wow. I'll have to keep my eye on that. That sounds interesting. You know that the production design is going to look awesome then. Sorry, I thought I muted all the ads. Okay, so it does give a really good synopsis that if you are interested, go check it out. Babylon is scheduled to open in theaters December 25th, 2022. Go read this on Variety there. It does go through a little bit more of the story synopsis. Cast Babylon also includes Spike Jonze, Gene Smart, Flea, cool. He's always interesting when he shows up, like in the Back to the Future movies, and Samara Weaving, cool, is also in this, and Olivia Wilde, we just talked about her the other day too. Good to see that she's also still going to be doing stuff in front of the camera, because she is a good actress, Olivia Wilde, and now that she's directing, like, that's really cool. That makes her really cool in my books, aside from being incredibly beautiful. Our Glass Vikings in live chat says, I like the Roaring Twenties, so much to cover in Babylon. It will be interesting to see how they handle it. Well, and it sounds like if it's going to be that mix between Great Gatsby and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I like the thing about Great Gatsby was the production design. Baz Luhrmann just had a great color palette in that, and of course Tarantino was a master at weaving multiple stories together, and and Damien Chazelle as a director. I mean, come on, you can't get any better than that. It does sound like it'll be pretty cool to see. December 25th, that's Christmas, guys. Yeah, Damien Chazelle, star-studded Hollywood drama Babylon. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. I think there's somebody outside my window that's playing like with a remote control car, and it's loud. What the heck is going on? Yeah, it is. It's some kid playing hooky from school. He should be in school. Or maybe it's like a teacher's day or something. All right. Don't mind that. Whatever. It happens. All right. Let's talk about this Absolute Dominion. It's a martial arts movie for Netflix. This movie cast Alex Winter, Patton Oswalt, and Julie Ann Emery, and more. Absolute Dominion. Okay, so good cast. Alex Winter. It was nice to see him back in Bill and Ted Face the Music, because he's actually a fairly good actor. Patton Oswalt, whatever. Lexi Alexander, who wrote and is directing Netflix, along with Blumhouse Television. Anybody else in this cast list that we could that jumps out at me here? Just looking over the names, not really. Okay. And the current pick is in production. It's 2085 AD, and the world has been destroyed by religious warfare. Desperate to save humanity, global governing forces host a gripping, no-holds-barred martial arts tournament. Cool, man. Enter the Tekken. Yeah. Last fighter standing wins Absolute Dominion for one faith. Wow. It's a little bit B-movie-esque, but I'm always game for one of those. Cool, man. Like a martial arts tournament. And maybe they'll do right what that Mortal Kombat movie did wrong by actually having the tournament. And you'll get a bunch of different fighters. Cool. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I want to see that. Okay. So, what do you guys think about that? Let's see. Oh, there's somebody who's left a comment. Let's see what they say. DL Fave Alok Fade Menon signing on to star in martial arts movie for Netflix. This is going to be making Netflix subscription numbers go through the roof. Well, I don't know about that, man. I don't even know who this Alok Vade Menon is, but let's take a look. This is what you're saying is going to make the Netflix numbers. I'm sorry. That's horrible, James. I shouldn't be doing that. Okay, so he's a writer. He's going to be writing this, right? Is that what you're saying? DL Fave signing in on the star. Was that name in the actual cast list? Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, right there. Okay. Wow. Let's take a look at his resume. Because we got time today. I'm not under the pressure to do anything else later on today. I was going to do a watch along, but I just haven't decided what. I'm not seeing an IMDb page here, man. Please don't make me type in IMDb. I have to. Okay. Well, it's not a good sign if you Google yourself as an actor and IMDb is not one of the top things up there. So I just want to take a look at this guy's resume. He was an actor in two things. And well, at least one of his fans was commenting on the story, so there's some notoriety. I don't know who this person is, but he's going to be appearing in the film. Or she, I don't know what they identify as, but let's not get into that nonsense. Let's talk about this Terminator story that kind of caught my eye. Now, this is not really anything new, new that's going on with the Terminator Salvation. Excuse me. But it did catch my eye because I just watched somebody's video essay about Terminator Salvation. And I liked parts of it. It had a lot of good things going, but it did have an original, darker ending. And I'll tell you what that ending is. Without hopefully blowing out your eardrums. Okay. Terminator Salvation director wishes they kept the original, darker ending. And it was cool that he got Christian Bale to come and play John Connor. I just wish the story was about John Connor. Once the story shifted and was more about Sam Worthington as that hybrid Terminator, it lost me. Because you got Christian Bale playing John Connor. Let's see that story. And the original ending, if you heard about what it was, is that John Connor actually dies at the end of it. And what they do, this guy, the hybrid alien Terminator, they cut off John Carter's face and put it on his body. And that was the original dark ending. That's crazy, man. If you kept that, I don't know why that, why, what were you smoking when you came up with that? And that's why you saw and like inklings of that did drip down into later on in the series with like Genesis, where he was a Terminator. So, you know, that these ideas do get what were recycled a little bit, but I mean, come on. Let's see what he says here. I would have stuck with the dark ending that we photographed that got cut. There's a lot about that film that people enjoyed. Yeah. And technically, we pushed some things forward. We can't have a better actor than Christian Bale, and Sam did what we needed to do, and we had Helena Bonham Carter and Bryce Dallas Howard. Yes, she was in that too. Great. Great cast. And we tried to stack the deck. I tried Terminator Faithful. I tried. Yeah, but unfortunately, you made the story more about this guy, and you shouldn't have. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why. Was it studio notes? Why would the studio want to push away from using Christian Bale? I don't understand, but yeah, that just caught my eye there this morning while I was looking at some of the headlines. Because what did you guys think about Terminator Salvation? Would that ending of him getting his face cut off and put onto a robot, how did that play? That wouldn't have saved the movie, but I mean, it's definitely far out there, man. Our Glass Vikings in the live chat says, I'm all in for martial arts A, B, or C movies. And yeah, that Absolute Dominion sounds cool, man. And if that comes out on Netflix, we're going to do a watch along for that for sure. It didn't give us a release date yet, as far as I can tell from this article. But it sounds cool. Sounds very cool. Okay. Maybe that's what we can watch today. We'll watch that awful Mortal Kombat reboot movie, which is getting a sequel, oddly enough. And hopefully they do actually show us the tournament in the next Mortal Kombat movie. I'll see if I can find a copy of that somewhere. Okay. Let's go on to some various headlines. Now, this is what I used to do on the channel. I just load up all the pages from MovieWeb and all that stuff. I didn't have time to go through MovieWeb's page, so you're going to see a little bit of how I used to do the show, where I would just look at the headlines, and then I would have to wait for the page to actually load up. But this is how kind of I picked the headlines that jump out at me. Should Legend of Zelda get a live-action adaptation? Yes, most definitely. It should. I don't know why it's taken so long. Ewan McGregor had better experience working on Obi-Wan Kenobi than the Star Wars prequels? I don't know about that. Is that what he's saying? Because when you watch a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff for the prequels, he had a lot of fun. And say what you will about the movies, we will be doing full watch-alongs for the prequels and the Star Wars movies eventually on the channel. Once I refine that process, because I want to make sure that when we go through my favorite movies, that I'll be able to do it in a way that I'll be able to give you guys all the information that I know about the movie and have it smooth. Okay, so here's we saw that Top Gun Maverick did appear at CinemaCon, and we're going to take a look at that article there because there's some reactions that say it's better than the original. Oh, wow, okay. And Jurassic World Dominion IMAX poster brings back to life. Oh, it better not be that. Oh, and there was a new trailer for the Pentaveret with Mike Myers coming out on Netflix. Okay. Amber Heard hasn't even paid half of the promised $3.5 million donation to ACLU. James Corden will be leaving The Late Show. Yeah, less TV. Johnny Depp spotted drawing and coloring pictures during defamation trial. Buddy star Alan Cumming offers reward for missing chimpanzee co-star. Oh, the co-star went missing? Bummer. Hope they get found. Ana de Armas will start filming John Wick spin-off this summer. All right. Let's take a look at that story. Called Ballerina. So, yeah, there was that ballerina school that we saw. Was that in Parabellum that we saw that? Okay, so Ana de Armas, she's stunning. I think that's from Blade Runner, right? That's an image from Blade Runner. So she's going to be playing in that ballerina school. Yeah. What happened? Bifer says, what happened to the best action movies and Star Wars movies? Well, maybe we can do one of those this afternoon. Yeah. We'll do one of those best topics this afternoon, and I'll key up some stuff. Yeah, we'll maybe do one of those. I don't know. I just yeah, because those are fun to do. Okay, so shooting this summer, all new chapter from the John Wick's universe, Ballerina, starring Ana de Armas. Okay, I'm not seeing too much more else in here. Will be directed by Len Wiseman, who did Underworld. Okay, screenplay by Shay Hatton. Okay. No other cast just yet. She's going to be in that upcoming Gray Man movie that we've seen production shots from. Cool, man. Ballerino. John Wick Universe. What else came out? Oh, yeah, that Jurassic World IMAX poster. And let me guess. I have to click a link to see it because you guys don't load it up on your actual page. Yeah, not seen it. Maybe we'll see it in the old Twitter roundup. Or maybe it's going to be there. Okay, there. Actually, that's the IMAX poster, huh? I like it. Because you can see that there's the gates there. It's a throwback to the first Jurassic World movie where Claire lights up that flare, and when Dr. Grant does that in the first Jurassic Park movie. And to capture that T-Rex there like that, that's cool. That's a good poster. I like that one. Art Glass of the Vikings in the live chat says Terminator Salvation, loved it. Sam Worthington loved him. It was a great twist at the end. I don't think it needed another face-off style ending tack on at the end. Yeah, well, the giving of the heart kind of thing, right? That was the ending for that. Yeah, that worked. Turning Connor into a robot never really made much sense, let alone cutting his face off. It's just weird. Okay, so let's go take a look at some of those initial reactions from Top Gun Maverick that was at CinemaCon. See if there's some quotes in here that I can hopefully read for you guys. But MovieWeb is so awful at loading up their pages. They're just so jam-packed of ads. And of course, I can't read it. Forbes, Scott Mendelson says, was the only somewhat mixed review, criticizing the generic story of Top Gun Maverick. Oh, well. Okay, so there we go. I don't know why that takes forever to load up. Maybe because I'm streaming as well, which is why I usually load up these pages beforehand. So forgive me. Let's take a look at some of these quotes for Top Gun Maverick. Folks, trust me when I say this is a legitimately great film. Whatever your plans are for Memorial Day weekend, make Top Gun Maverick a part of them. I think I cried the whole friggin' movie because I'm such a dork. Love the cast. You can't go wrong with Jennifer Connelly there. Okay, so the goes on to say the audience loved Top Gun Maverick so much that one left at credits, and when it ended there were chants of it play it again. So people were cheering, saying that they wanted to see it again. Absolute Weintraub there. He's from Collider, right? Absolutely loved Top Gun Maverick, blown away by the cinematography. Well, it had over 8,000 hours of footage and flying scenes, and of course Tom Cruise's performance. That's a little bit of I don't know what we needed to hear. Whoops, hear that. Hey, here's something for your nose, man. You might have something a little bit brown on it there. Rest of the cast was great with the special props to, again, what's with this? This kind of movie will make you want to see on the biggest screen possible. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. It's a profound cinematic experience and easily the best film of the year. Really? The best film of the year? That's bold. Especially after the Batman? I don't know about that. Okay. Top Gun Maverick is going to completely blow away fans of the original trilogy, and may even make some new ones along the way, truthfully. Even though the plot is very dependent on that of the original, I found the film to be better than the original in almost every way. Okay. Well, I'm not going to read all of these, but you get the impression that most people like it. There's Snyder. Top Gun Maverick is the perfect blockbuster. Okay, cool. I like that. I want to read that one that was... Okay, so here's the questionable one. Offers interesting parables for Tom Cruise asserting his movie star dominance in a changing industry and some strong aerial footage. Alas, it's otherwise a deeply generic, formulaic follow-up that's dependent on 80s hit culture myth. And it's got Lady Gaga doing the score. Or at least the title track for it. So I'm still excited for Top Gun Maverick. That comes out at the end of May here. It's going to be one of my most anticipated for sure because of the aerial stuff, because of the airplane stuff. I want to see that footage. Yeah. Okay. So where are we at, guys? What are we sitting at here? 36 minutes. Yeah, let's take a look at the old Twitter sphere and see if anything is trending that perhaps I missed. Okay. According to a study, Oscar winners are more likely to live longer than their loser co-stars. What? I'm sure that has a lot more stuff. Hey, Survivor is trending. Why is Survivor trending? Is it because of Ben Foster's the Survivor? I thought it was because of last night's or Wednesday's show where it kind of went off the rails. Okay, so I'm not seeing why Survivor is linked in some of these. Oh my God, Lindsay immediately finding the hole in Jonathan's plan. Please blink. Yeah, well, Lindsay and Jonathan did had a good conversation in that yesterday. If what Drea and Marianne said tonight about implicit bias and subconscious racism on Survivor and in life made you feel uncomfortable or upset, you are probably part of the problem. No, so you're saying that because I was upset that they decided to play that card at Tribal Council, that I'm part of the problem? That I'm the racist one? I'm not buying that. No. Me growing my hair out after Survivor so nobody recognizes me is low-key so unwell. Oh, that's high. That's high. Huh. Biggest weasel of Survivor 42. So he interesting. Cool. Yeah, well, I don't follow any of the contestants on Survivor until the show is over. And I have to really like them. And I usually don't follow dudes. Okay, so yeah, that's something I wanted to look up. I wanted to see other people's reactions to Survivor this week because it did have that kind of effect, and I felt like my response was I didn't do maybe a very good job of explaining why I felt the way I did. Why is Jonathan allowed to whine in every other confessional about all the implicit bias guys who look like him have to deal with, but it's the end of the world when he has to reflect on his own implicit biases? Weak. The end of... No. Did you not watch the episode? He was trying to broker the peace. Right? He was trying to say, well, hey, it's not about this. It's about the game. You know? I just, yeah, that whole show, just thinking about it makes me It just bummed me out. It bummed me out. And yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not going to gripe about that anymore. Let's go back to take a look at the film updates because it's trending on the side. So yeah, we'll talk more about Survivor next week. 365 Days This Day spends another day as #1 movie on Netflix worldwide. So a surfing movie of some kind. Pachinko has officially been renewed as the second season on Apple Plus. Okay, so that's where we pick back up. Aqua's Barbie Girl song will not appear in Greta Gerwig's Barbie movie. Really? You think that would be like a token given that that's what they would do? Okay, I guess they won't. Happy birthday to Daniel Day-Lewis. Okay. Cool. Andrew Garfield. What the heck is this? Andrew Garfield says his butt in Spider-Man No Way Home is very much real. All I know is that I'm totally unmodified, and that's all I can share. What? Who asked that question? Who was looking? Adam Sandler will star at Josh and Benny's Safdie's next film. Okay. Oh, there's Jesus, Anna. It's that ballerina story about John Wick. Hunger Games Welcome Back tributes. Yes, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. You know, actually, I had written a treatise for a Hunger Games prequel myself. And the way that I was going to play it out, it was just going to be like a 15-minute short of a prequel of maybe like the proto version of the game. And it was just going to be two people. It was going to be an older man and a younger girl. And it was before the rules of ages of who's going to play in the games. While they're still figuring things out. And they would just be facing off in the forest. And the older man fights her, because we know it's Hunger Games, and while he's like trying to suffocate her, squeeze her, he can't do it because we find out that he offered to participate in the game so that his kids didn't have to participate, but he doesn't have it within him to kill a kid himself. And the way that my short would have ended is that they would have been near a cliffside of some kind, and she would have turned away from him, and then you would have just hear that dong go off that another player has died. And we find that he threw himself off the cliff so that he didn't have to kill her to proceed in the game. That would have been my idea for a prequel. Just like a 15-minute short. That's what I would have done, at least. James Corden will leave The Late Show, yes. We've seen that. Top Gun TV spot has been released. Okay. What's this? Taylor Russell directed Luca somebody in For Fantastic Men. Sam Worthington on Avatar 2, okay. When I did the first one, I was 30, and when the second one comes out, I'm going to be pushing 50. In the first one, I was in a wheelchair, and by the time we get to the fourth and fifth, I might actually be in a wheelchair. like in real life, he's talking about, because of how long it's taking to make these movies. But I heard good things about that Avatar 2 footage. And can't wait for a trailer or teaser of some kind. Diego Calva is going to star in Babylon. Okay, Diego Calva is going to be in that Babylon movie that we saw. Andrew Garfield on Daniel Day-Lewis's retirement. We're all terribly sad about that. Daniel is, if you're watching this, we know you are. Come back to us. We need you. So he's trying to call him out of retirement. I don't know. He doesn't need to. Daniel Kaluuya in Jordan Peele's Nope. Anya Taylor-Joy. Talking about beautiful people. I like this dress. If you haven't seen The Northman this weekend, guys, because nothing else big came out this week, go see The Northman. She's fantastic in it. And yeah, I like the line of that dress. That's nice. Tobey Maguire is going to be playing Charlie Chaplin in Babylon. Interesting, yeah. So that's a headline that we know. A third Quiet Place movie will be called A Quiet Place Day One. It will explore the origins of the alien invasion depicted in the film. Okay, but is that okay? So here's what we need to just address here. The third A Quiet Place movie will be called A Quiet Place Day One. So we know that there was going to be that spin-off coming out, directed by somebody of notoriety. I forgot who though. So is that what we're talking about, or are we talking about A Quiet Place Chapter 3 that will continue the story of the family that we know from the first two? I think this is about the spin-off. That's my opinion. The spin-off is going to be about the origins day one when the alien, because we've seen in the beginning of beginning of the second movie, they're at that ball game and we see that asteroid come down, which was beautifully shot. And I love how it captured that kind of frenzy that happens when something like that happens, when you just see that and you're like, that's dangerous. We should probably seek cover. And I like John Krasinski captured that beautifully. But apparently he's not going to be directing this one. If it's the spin-off, Krasinski had input in the story, so at least it's still going to have his fingerprints all over it. Okay, we got some first reactions there to footage from Babylon. A love letter to movies, very funny, fantastic, expensive. Oh, we actually got the logo. Sam Raimi is open to Spider-Man 4. Oh, yeah, we know that. Rosario Dawson will executive produce Rain Valdez Relive? I don't know what that is. Haunted Mansion. Okay, guys, it looks like that's pretty much where we're at for today. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and we're breaking back into the other stories of the day. Okay, so I don't know what. Yeah, we're going to do a best of, maybe like a top 5 something, and I'll play some 4-player chess along the side of it later on today. I'm going to have my breakfast now, finish my coffee here, and maybe around 1:30, 2 o'clock-ish, we'll go live again, and we'll do a top 10 or top 5 or something. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below of today's stories, and join us tomorrow for the weekly horror roundup. And yeah, we'll be doing I did want to react to this someday, Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, but every little DVD player that I have to download or use on my computer, because I have to use OBS, the settings, whenever I switch in between my my frames like this, the buttons that I press shift the movie, and I'll have to figure that out. I'll have to figure that out for sure. Why's Henry Cavill trending there? Okay, so nothing too much about Cavill. Just people clamoring on to his Superman. All right, guys, that's it. I'll see you in a little bit for something. I'll figure out something. See you then, and I hope you enjoy your weekend. See you next Monday.